LI News Tonight is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
In the world of theater, actors come together for the performance. But when the curtain comes down, they head their own separate ways home. Tonight, we'll visit a bunch of actors who not only work together, they live together.
LI News Tonight with the award-winning LI News team.
Good evening, I'm Monique Brook, sitting in for Ken Eckhardt with this special edition of LI News Tonight. As Long Island theater fans already know, Long Island has lots of theater to choose from. It's not Broadway, but rather community theater, where local amateur actors and actresses volunteer their time and talents to get the chance to escape from their everyday lives and for a few nights each year play the roles they've always dreamed of. But that type of acting is really just a small part of the lives of those Long Islanders. There's also another type of local theater that operates in a completely different way. It's the world of regional theater, which employs professionals who often come together for a repertory season of plays and musicals. And one of the foremost regional theaters on the island is located in Bellport. It's called the Gateway Playhouse. And every summer season, it welcomes a new community of professional players who live, sleep, eat, and work together. It's part fun and part sacrifice, and it's all part of the life they've dedicated to the theater. This may look like Broadway, but it's really another quality, show-stopping number that audiences have become used to at the Gateway Playhouse in Bellport. It looks professional because it is. Most of the workers on stage and off make their living in theater, and traveling the country joining an acting troupe like this one for a season has become a way of life.
Being an actor, musician, whatever the heck I am, I've done it an awful lot over the last several years, and so no, it's always kind of interesting to go somewhere that you've never been before and move into a house with a bunch of people you've never met before in your life and see what happens.
That's about as good as it gets right there.
David Lutkin starred as Will Rogers in the Gateway production of the Will Rogers Follies. David, who lives in Louisiana, joined the rest of the cast when rehearsals began by moving into this house situated on the grounds adjacent to the Playhouse. Unlike Long Island's non-professional theater companies, this meant these actors and actresses would not only be spending their evenings together, they would also be spending their mornings, noons, and nights together, living in very close quarters. It's almost like arriving for the first day at camp or at college, with most of the performers meeting each other for the very first time. But for co-star Dana Lynn, she says she's already spotted a familiar face.
Actually, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I already know the girl that's the choreographer. Saw her on the train, and she's a good friend of mine. We just finished a Broadway tour together last year, so I have a feeling I might be meeting a few other people that I know.
So even before any of the difficulties of putting a show together begin, there are the difficulties of sleeping arrangements and food preparation that have to be solved. And that's where manager Stanley Shore comes in.
Well, my official title is company manager. And basically, I'm dad to everybody, to the cast while they're here. I take care of their housing needs. If they need to go to the doctor, I make doctor's appointments. Anything to just really that mom and dad would normally do for a child is kind of what I do.
Part of the fun of joining a theater company like this one is the sharing of stories between those who are already living there and those who are new arrivals.
And like in between the coop and like the kitchen, like where the pool is at night, is so like weird. There's like there's like this man supposedly that like haunts out there, but you can definitely feel him around you.
Haunted.
It's really weird.
Well, today's the big move-in, so all these people who've never met each other or may have met each other at auditions in New York come and they find their new home, their new roommates for a few weeks, and at 11 o'clock we'll get together, we'll have a company meeting where everyone will meet each other, find out what everyone's purpose is here. The staff will be there to introduce themselves.
We just got off the train from Penn Station, and I flew in last night from Michigan. So it's been planes, trains, and automobiles for me, but I haven't had much sleep, so I think I'll get used to it.
And Dan will need that sleep because next up for these performers is the rigorous 2-week rehearsal period. Critical time that's needed to go from square one to opening night for a difficult and demanding show like Will Rogers. We'll find out what life is like in this home during those 2 weeks when this special edition of LI News Tonight continues.